This today lesson is both for teachers and for students. If you are writing 2026 WAEC chemistry practical examination, this is the lesson that you can determine your endpoint volume acid use. So these are the data that are highly predicted. Is about 95% predicted values or data in our chemistry practical specimen, and this is just only for titration. We have 5.6 cm³ sulfuric acid, and we have relative density of sulfuric acid, which is 1.84, and then the purity of sulfuric acid is 98%, and we have the molar mass of sulfuric acid, which is 98 gram per mole. So this is our acid, and coming down here, this is our base. We have 4.0 gram of sodium hydroxide, and then we have 25 cm³ of sodium hydroxide. It means we are pipetting 25 cm³ of sodium hydroxide. So the molar mass of sodium hydroxide is 40 gram per mole. So using this, we are to use this and then know our endpoint. So in this formula here, you see CAVA, CBVB equal to NaNb. We are to calculate the average volume of acid used. Before we arrive at this formula, we have about 3 steps before we arrive at this formula to calculate our VA. Now, the first thing here we'll do, our first step here that we'll do is first step 1. Our step 1, we are to calculate CA. Step 2, we are to calculate CB, and then step 3, knowing mole ratio of Na and Nb. Then the final step is, which is step 4. This is step 3, right? Step 4, that's calculate volume of acid use. So we are going to follow these steps and then arrive at our step 4, which is the final step to calculate the volume of acid used, which is the same thing as the endpoint. So without waste of time, let's move ahead and then calculate CA now. So the formula for calculating CA is equal to volume times relative density times purity all over molar mass. So now we already have our volume, which is this. We have our relative density, which is this, and then purity, which is this. So we now substitute the values into the formula. We now have CA is equal to, our volume there is 5.6 times relative density there is 1.84. Our purity, which is 98%. So we are not going to put 98% since it's percent. When you divide 98 divide by 100 will give you 0.98. So we have times 0.98 divide by, now our molar mass here is what? 98. So if we multiply 5.6 times 1.84 times 0.98 divided by this, you will have a value. Ca is equal to 0.103 mole per dm cube. So this is the value of our Ca. The next step is for us to calculate Cb. Now Cb is equal to, the formula we are using to calculate Cb here is Cb, concentration of B, is equal to mass divided by molar mass equal to. So we have the mass of sodium hydroxide there. So mass of sodium hydroxide is 0.4 divided by the molar mass is here, which is 40. So when you divide this, 4.0 divided by 40 will give you Cb is equal to 0.1 mole per dm cube. So the next step now, which is step 3. In step 3, we are to determine the mole ratio, that is no mole ratio of Na and Nb. So in knowing mole ratio now, we have to balance the equation. So in the equation of our reaction, in this practical question, the reaction of acid and base, which is hydrogen tetraoxosulfate 6 plus sodium hydroxide, given sodium, this sodium we marry this sodium tetraoxosulfate plus water. Let's balance this chemical reaction. We have 2 hydrogen here, we have 2 hydrogen here. Because of 2 hydrogen here, sodium cannot bonded with sodium, only one sodium cannot bonded with sulfide, so we need to have 2 sodium here. So when we have 2 sodium here, we are going to add 2 sodium here. Hydrogen becomes 2. Oxygen here, we need to have, because hydrogen here is 2, hydrogen here is 2, so but the hydrogen here is 2. The total hydrogen here in the reactant side is 4. So we now put 2 here. So oxygen became 2 here plus 4 here, making 6. Oxygen here 2 plus 4 here become 6. So this equation is balanced. So the mole ratio now, mole ratio of Na is equal to 1 and Nb is equal to 2. So this is our Na and this is our Nb. So now we are on a final step now. Our final step now, we are to calculate our Va. So let's make Va here subject formula. So if you make Va subject formula, you have Va is equal to we are going to do cross multiply. You have CBVB then Na all over, you now have Ca then Nb. So we are going to substitute our values in this formula. So Va is equal to, our Cb is 0.1 times, then what is our Vb? Our Vb is 25 cm cube, which is this, times 25 times our Na, which is this, is equal to 1 all over our Ca that we calculated. See our Ca here, which is 0.103 times, now where is our Nb? Our Nb is equal to 2. So since our Nb is equal to 2, we now have times 2 equal to, when you multiply 0.1 times 25 times 1 divided by 0.103 times 2, it will give you 12.13 cm cube. So this is our end point. This is our average volume of acid used. So thank you for watching this video. Please, if you find these videos helpful to you, please subscribe to this channel for more chemistry question practicals like this. Thank you. See you in the next lesson.